Good morning, everyone.
Good
It is
morning.
Wednesday, finally Wednesday, Hump Day, November 8th, 2017. Welcome to all of you hanging out with Missy Jen and I'll tell you, Jen, the mornings have been chilly. It was 36 degrees, and I was like, woo, I'm not quite ready for winter temperatures yet. We always get the coldest temperatures, like in mid-November to late December, and then the rainy season comes and it's not as cold, but it's more miserable because it's raining and it's chilly, right? It's raining and moist and all that, and hopefully, knock on wood, we're not going to be there. Not going to be around here this winter for that. Guys, it's as you see by the title, an anniversary we wish we didn't even have to recognize, and it was exactly a month ago, on the wee hours of, actually very late night on October 8th, 2017, last month, that the Great Santa Rosa Fire began at about 9:40 p.m. in Napa County and spread over the hill and devastated a huge swath of Santa Rosa. And yesterday, Missy Jen and I, for the first time, we had the opportunity to get into Coffey Park. Prior times we had been turned away. Yesterday we finally got access to Coffey Park, and it was definitely a wow kind of moment for us to see where 1,500 homes had been, but it left us feeling very frustrated in a lot of ways, Jen. Like, we just, when you come across something like that and it's your city, your inclination when that fire first happens is, oh wow, you have the shock of what's occurred. First, there's the initial fascination of what's going on. You don't have any idea. Then, in 24, 48 hours, you finally realize the scope of what's occurred. You can imagine being the mayor of Santa Rosa and you get the first call overnight says, we had a fire. Okay, any structures lost? Yeah, we lost 6,000 structures, and we've lost whole entire neighborhoods. Coffey Park is gone. Fountain Grove is gone. Journey's End mobile home. It's quite shattering, and it's compelling to get out there and see it. And then, Missy Jen, you realize the scope. You start to absorb the shock waves of what happens, and then the cleanup begins. Somebody's got to clean up all that mess, which brought us to yesterday, Jen. We went around to Coffey Park, and we visited the very first site that they have switched from EPA mode, where they were getting rid of propane
containers and stuff.
Yeah, any visible toxic
I'm not quite sure what they are. Everything that's hazardous waste, considered hazardous waste, they got rid of. And the EPA has cleared the entire area, which is huge.
Yeah, reason it was so fast is I don't really think there was much. I think everything got incinerated. Maybe a few spray cans still survived. I mean, when I would see an EPA cleanup that was done at a site, it would be one contractor's black plastic bag with maybe 1/4 filled at the bottom, then you could easily just chuck it on the truck. What I did see was trucks running around with a lot of those propane tanks that people use for barbecue and other things. So obviously they've been compromised with the fire. But it's funny that they were the only things I ever saw survive. The fire was those tanks of those little propane tanks they use for
propane tanks are
cooking.
tough. Yeah.
So we saw the first big full track backhoes were gone yesterday, and I just sat there watching that happen. And I told Missy Jen later, and as you guys see on the video, I saw people's whole life just being picked up and just, put into a giant pile, getting ready to be put into a truck to be taken off and separated the waste from any recyclables, and a little bobcat would go in there and scrape,
old metal, pretty much.
It was very emotional for me to look at that.
We also witnessed a few people that returned to their homes and started looking for some remains that were still worth salvaging and realizing that there was just nothing left.
Yeah, Jen and I had remarked that there were so few people searching the debris, but when you look at it, you know, if you're used to seeing brick homes standing after fires and stuff, there in Coffey Park, there's not even chimneys left over there. You know, you didn't have chimneys built into, nothing left over there. It's flat. All you see is trees and just garage doors and a lot of cars and stuff. So it was such a thorough incineration in that neighborhood that now we understand. I understand why you don't see more people, you know, sifting through, because there's literally nothing to get. You know, it's all gone. And I see, you know, a lady had on her driveway, and maybe her girlfriend or something like that, or a partner, they had like 4 pieces of pottery that they had pulled out of a home that they'd had for 30 years. You know, four pieces of cracked pottery, and they just sat there just staring at it. And you know, I didn't want to be obviously looking at it, but I was just thinking to myself, wow, that's it. Every 7 1/4 years, you got a piece of pottery for your time living here. So it was very emotional for me. And at the same time, Jen, you really get the urge to push back, and you get the urge to really see things. You know, it's always hardest to go through the destruction phase and the cleanup phase. It's because things look the worst at that time. You know, the sites look a wreck. You've got cars that are fused to the street, melted into the asphalt on the street, and glass melted on the street. And
engines, so they're like aluminum blocks that are like melted. I mean, I looked into a Ford pickup truck that had apparently a aluminum block or something, that it was just melted into a big blob.
Yeah. So you know, we're probably at the ugliest point right now, minus the smoke of the day after and stuff like that, and looking at the devastation. But there will come a time, hopefully, but as I said yesterday, you have, in just that individual development, Coffey Park, you have 1,500 people that have to act as their own general contractors. Now, and I just think it's an unprecedented task sometimes would await. So, well, like I said, it's an anniversary we hope we didn't have to recognize, but it has been a month here, believe it or not.
A month already, yeah.
And we will continue as we have been. We have better accessibility to places now and a better chance to talk to people. And we'll continue to bring you this story as it goes. And Jen, we're not going to let the cat out of the bag, but due to the viewership of our wonderful YouTube audience and the way that that's helped us grow the channel, revenue-wise, we've been able to make a major acquisition for the channel that we're going to be very excited to share with you. It's really going to add a new dimension to what Jen and I bring you on the channels here. So with that little teaser out there, Jen, why don't you send them on their way today?
Please leave us your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give us the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, the bell symbol, so that you get notified when the next awesome video comes up. Hugs, love, and many kisses.
Thanks, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.